Hey everybody, Lorelia here. Where is the camera? Okay, it's right here. So today I am coming to you. Let me just get this right. I guess I should have positioned this better. I should have positioned it a little better. But I want to get this video out to you. So today I am talking about I am talking about what am I talking about? Okay, economic, federal. Oh boy, this thing is just moving. I think I got this right. Sorry, I should have. I should have had this already positioned, but let's. What am I talking about? I want to talk about the federal student loans, and I want to talk about the economic loan relief for business owners. So I did a video. You can find it here on this channel. My name is Lorelia. I primarily talk about personal credit and business credit. If this is the first time you're watching my channel or my video, today I'm going to do a follow-up on the topic of the federal economic relief that has been rolled out. So I did a video on it telling you where to go. You would go to SBA.gov and you would hit on disaster relief. Now, just a few days ago, when I first did the video, they hadn't rolled out the particular areas of where they were saying that the COVID-19 relief was designated. Because the way it works is that once a particular area or territory within the United States has been designated, then they add that onto the website. So at that point, the tri-state area or other parts of the country hadn't been designated. So if you were to go to that website now, they have made wherever they've designated, if it affected your area, they've made it now, they've determined it as a designated area. So now you can fully go through the whole process, get the loan relief you need. You could be a business owner, you could be a homeowner, you can even be a renter. Look very clear. If you're going to proceed with the funding, make sure you read the fine print regarding the funding and the loans that they're giving you. Understand, I can't stress this enough. This is not free money. It's not a free giveaway. The government is not just giving you a windfall of money. There is a repayment period. The only thing is that the terms are better because it could be spread out. I think it's up to 2 million spread out to over 30 years. The interest rates are low. So it's a lot of things that you have to look at to make sure that that funding is what you're looking at. So relief is here. Economic relief is there. Like I said, did a video on it. If you want to know what the website looks like, I'll add it onto this video once this video has been processed. Now, what I also want to talk about is the student loans. And I want you to listen very closely to what I'm saying, because there's a lot of misinformation that is being put out there. So I kind of touched on it the other day when I talked about thriving and being financially numb. I was out walking with my daughter. But today I want to take it from the standpoint of you've seen a lot of information out there about, oh, they should just cancel student loans. They should cancel student loan payments, whatever the case may be. Do not even vet me, even listen to what I say and take it and run with it and do your research. So that's why I say even vet myself. Understand the type of relief that they're giving for student loans. There are only certain states. A friend of mine that I know very well posted an article on one of the social media sites, Facebook, and said, hey, New York State is suspending student loan payments. Understand the language of the article. New York State, not the federal government, not the state of New Jersey where I'm at, not the state where you may be at. New York State. Now, what does that mean? A state government does not have the say-so to be able to trump the federal government. So don't think just because you live in New York and you pay federal student loans, you are exempt. That's not it. They said New York State loan payments. So if you have payments that have to go to the state of New York, those are being postponed until a later date. Has nothing to do with where you live. It has to do what particular school you may have gone to in New York State. You may have gotten a loan from the state of New York when you were attending school in New York, and those payments are being deferred or postponed. Doesn't mean I live in New York and I'm paying federal student loans. Understand the language. Clear. Understand the language, because a lot of people are just blanketly giving out information, and if you don't know how to vet the information and know how to really understand what it is that people are saying, that's why I say even vet me. Even vet me. Don't even take what I say and for truth. Vet me. Do your own research. But be very careful with that language, because you can be someone who lived in, I don't know, Arkansas, and you went to school in New York, and you may have taken out student loans in New York, but you moved back to Arkansas. But you know every month you make a payment to the state of New York for that student loan when you attended New York. Now your payments are going to be suspended or postponed or deferred or what have you until all this is over. So understand, doesn't mean I live in New York, but I have federal student loans. It's a whole nother, and that's why I corrected my friend of mine, my girlfriend, and told her it doesn't mean the mandate on federal student loans, because a lot of people are like, oh, my state should do that. My state, hey, I'm not here to argue what state should. Just make sure that you understand the language. If your state picks it up, that it's a state loan, not a federal loan. Because really, at this point, there has been no specific information in terms of at least announced by our current president about what they're going to do with federal student loans. There's a lot of talk on what they should do, but they haven't said anything. You know, the economic plan that he's put it in place really has to do with that $1,000, and you get $500 for each kid. But understand there's going to be income level phase outs. So if you have a particular income, you're not going to get the funding anyway. But let's go back to the federal student loans. As of this point, as I film this video, don't know when you may see it, but there has been no mandate saying that federal student loans have been deferred or postponed or what have you because of the coronavirus or COVID-19. Not that I've seen, but like I said, don't take my word for it. You vet it yourself. Understand this. I currently have student loans with Navient. They're in good standing. The only email I got from Navient is that if you are facing a hardship, to go on their website and look and see what type of options are available for you. That's all that was there. Didn't say nothing about don't make no payments. So I can't stress that enough, people. Don't get yourself in no jam. Don't get yourself in no jam. Vet everything. Do the research for yourself. Now, we talked about the economic federal disaster relief. Like I said, the information is there. I have a video. I'll attach it to this video just so you can see it. But I also want to touch on what's currently going on. I mean, don't know where you're at, but right now here, we are under what's called martial law. What that means is that at 8 o'clock, we are not supposed to go out unless you are going for essential services like grocery store, pharmacy, hospital, to the doctor, or going to get gas. They have shut down numerous types of businesses, um, uh, which means they are no longer in operation. That means hair salons, barber shops, even places to go buy hair, nail salons. Only certain businesses are open. When it comes to food, it's takeout only. I say that to say our economic experts have not really considered this a recession, but based on interest rates, um, I don't really know how that works for truckers. I don't know if truckers will fall into what was I going to say? Essential services because they deliver stuff. And then also keep in mind, truckers are interstate. So they may be going from state to state. So I like Pennsylvania is next door to New Jersey. I don't think they're under martial law. I'm not sure. But I do know the tri-state area is. And I definitely know New York and New Jersey. So I don't even know if Connecticut is, but I know New York and New Jersey. But with that being said, our economic experts have not given a name to what it is that we're going through. But rest assured, a big financial shift is going to happen. I'm not one to predict anything, but what I do know is that I do believe that the economy here in the U.S. is going to stand still. As you know, as time go on, more and more states are enacting this whole martial law. And I do think that the way we know the world is going to change. But with that being said, there's going to be prosperity ahead of us. I don't know your religious beliefs, but earlier this morning, I started to think about the story of Joseph. And if you know about the story of Joseph, and not Joseph, the father of Jesus or whatever your beliefs are, I'm talking about the Joseph in the Old Testament, the one who loved his father so much. His father loved him. He had a whole bunch of brothers, and the brothers sold him. But also understand that Joseph had the gift of prophecy with dreams. And when Joseph was living with the king, was it Nebuchadnezzar? I don't forget. But anyway, I remember when he had to interpret the dreams of the king, and he told the king about the 7 years of prosperity and 7 years of famine that they were going to have. And Joseph had told him how he was supposed to store some of the wealth. And at that time, wealth was in the form of food in terms of barley, wheat, and all this other stuff. And to store it in the storehouse. So when the famine do come to the land, they would still have food. So how does that relate to what we're going on right now? Unfortunately, although those are principles of the Bible, don't know your religious beliefs. But in these times, in real time, those economic cycles are still there. The last recession we had started late 2007, and we didn't see financial prosperity again until about 2011 and 2012. So we've had a good run of financial prosperity, and now we're in a bit of a famine. But during those times of of a recession, there is prosperity ahead. And that's why, I'm telling people it's so important. Earlier this week, I told you about a recent real estate deal that I closed. Understand that This is not the time to contract. I know for myself, I'm not contracting. If anything, I'm still ramping it up. And I want to share with you. I know I've said I was going to do it, but I finally gotten to a place where I can. And I want to show you now. You do your research yourself. Last recession was late 2007. By 2008, we were in a bona fide recession. And I want to show you, I said that during that time, I got my first real estate wholesale deal. So I'm going to show you a copy of a check that I got. Of course, you can see my name. I want you to see the amount. Of course, due to privacy, everything has been blacked out. As you see, 2008, it's right here. But I want you to look closely. I want you to see that this check was written on the account of Washington Mutual. So that just shows you how old this check is, because if you follow history of any banking, the banks that went under in 2008, Washington Mutual was one. So as you see, the date on this check is July 2008. 2 months after Washington Mutual went under. I believe they went under September 08. This check was in July. September 2008, Washington Mutual went under. FDIC seized the assets, sold everything to JP Morgan Chase. So Chase took over all the assets of Washington Mutual. Why do I bring this up? I bring this up to share with you that even during those times of hardship, myself, and I know there had to be other people in the world, of course there were, who was still creating economic success for themselves. So I can't stress that enough, because when we were in the years of prosperity, similar to the story that I shared with you with Joseph in the Bible, I was always putting stuff away in the storehouse. And now, to be able to be in a recession, and whether it's bona fide or not, still being able to take advantage of the opportunities. Opportunities are still before me, because, like I said, I'm ramping it up in terms of what I do in regards to real estate, because the stuff that I do here is pretty much to help people. And I do want to say this for those who feel like they do need help. And, I do these videos on this channel for free, even in terms of how to get access to SBA funding. I did a video on it. I've shared with you the URL. I tell you how to go and do it. But if you feel like you need a little more, when people reach out to me, I let them know that there is a fee for my time. And so with that being said, for those who need a little more, those consultations are for you to be able to get clarity. Because I give stuff away here on this channel for free, over 400 and something videos. Now, one may say, because a lot of things have changed, I'm still giving stuff away for free. I'm doing a free webinar this Sunday, only for people who are on my email communication list. So you can't get access to the information from this channel. But if you're interested in the webinar and you want to be on it, I'm going to talk about what does that look like? How do you put together a deal, no money down, and still get money from the, at closing? I'm going to talk to you about that. Can it still be done now? Of course it can. Right now in my local market, one of the hard money lenders that fund a lot of deals here in, in my area of New Jersey, just said that they're suspending interest loan payments for a certain amount of months. I forget the particulars. And that for new new customers or new clients, they have like a 3 month window of no payments. So understand, lenders are still lending. They're still lending. The terms are made to make you feel a little more comfortable, to give you some more ease, because at the end of the day, no one wants to put you in a tight squeeze. And so when people ask me, well, what does that look like? How do I put that together? That's when a consultation comes in. But I will be doing a free webinar on that Sunday. If you want access to that webinar, and you want to be part of it, it will be live. It won't be pre-recorded. It will be live. You will go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. There you will also get access to a pre-recorded video that I've already did, but it talks about funding. I get a lot of praise for that video because it gives people a lot of clarity. But for those who say, hey, I need a little more, that's why I do the consultation. I'm noticing that people need more than 15 minutes. So now I've upped it to 30 minutes. But unfortunately, that 30-minute consultation is not free. It's a paid consultation. And I know people like, well, Lorelia, I need to see first. I just need to know if you can help me. If you can help me, then I will know if I want to go forward with everything, if I want to pay. Let me address the whole, I need to just be sure that you can help me. Your insecurity or your mistrust or your not being certain that I can help me has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. Because this is the one thing that I've told people all the time. When it comes to funding, and 9 times out of 10, your gurus probably won't tell you this, nobody can promise you no funding. Not even a lender themselves. A lender will never tell you, you are guaranteed to get funding. Even the federal government, the SBA.gov, you don't fill that information out right, you ain't getting no funding. So for people to think that someone is going to guarantee them funding, it doesn't exist. That's why I tell people when, another thing people always say is, when they go to particular lenders, I'm working with someone and they're going to get me NAV approved. If you're going to one of your business credit experts or credit experts or business coaches or whatever, and they're telling you they're trying to raise your NAV score, they're trying to get you NAV approved, you've been bamboozled, because NAV does not lend money. It's a lending marketplace. So what do? They match you with lenders. They don't do no lending. So that's what people don't understand about this space. So that's why I tell people, your insecurity about if I can help you has to do with you. It doesn't have to do with me. Because at the end of the day, this is what I know for certain, that one thing that I know, if you talk to me, if we do any type of consultation, you're going to walk away with value. The sad thing is that some people don't know value if it smacked them in the face. And I did a video on that. They do not know value. They don't know how to. So if I knew, and I tell everybody, when you work with me, what I provide to you, if you can take that and use it anywhere. Lenders don't do that. Lenders just take your information, see if they can get you funding, and if they can't, they push you along. They don't they don't create no type of plan to get you funding or to funnel you through the process. They just move on. And then when you don't get approved, if you do get a response, it's so vague and you don't even know. So they may tell you something about, oh, your credit score is bad. So then you have now you go through the whole the personal credit score rabbit hole, trying to get this perfect credit score, when 9 times out of 10 that may not have been it, but you just don't understand that that's not what lenders do. And then you have your business credit gurus who you think are going to help you understand this process, and they still don't do it. So understand that is really what you're paying for. You're not paying for, I want to see if you're going to get me funded. That has nothing to do with me. I can't guarantee you that. Ain't no lender going to sit in front of you. You can go to your local bank right now where, the fees are somewhat non-existent. The terms are good, and see if you're going to sit with a Bank of America or Wells Fargo or whatever major bank, and see if they're going to sit in front of you and tell you you are guaranteed funding. No, it doesn't exist. Understand what you're paying for. You're paying for what the funding can do for you. And that's why I said, if you can't take what I share with you and run with it, you don't even know what you're looking for. See, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I tell people, your insecurity has nothing to do with me. So don't think that the consultation is for me to do a dog and pony show. It's not for me to prove to you that I can get you funding. That's not what it's for. And due to the demand of me, with me, due to the demand of so many people reaching out to me, I have changed things. So that's why I said the consultation is now 30 minutes. 15 minutes is not enough. I'm going to give you a little more. I'm going to give you 30 minutes. 30 minutes of pure value. And if anybody has did the 15 minutes, they've known, it's definitely of value. So that's all I have for you. That's my 2 cents. So economic relief, it's there. Check out the video. I'll attach to this once this is processed. Go ahead and get your funding. If you need a little more, you need help with the application, reach out to me. Of course, it's a consultation. And in terms of federal student loans, don't get caught behind the 8 ball with that. Understand what type of economic relief is available to you for student loans. And then and last but not least, like I said, create a harvest for yourself. Even though the times right now are very lean, but the one thing, if you need anything more than ever, is a financial education. A financial education will always give you the best return. That's why it really pities me when I meet people or I talk to people and they see no value in financial information. They really think the money the value is in the money. It's not in the money. The value is in the financial education, because if you have the education, you can make the money. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I know that a lot of people lack the education, because when game is given to them, when free game is given to them, when it's being all mapped out, and that person doesn't even know to take it and just and go execute it, they're lacking the information. So that's why I say it's their personal insecurity. They don't know what they don't know. So they want you to be insecure too, and prove to them to really, help them navigate. And unfortunately, that takes more work to give people the personal fortitude to know that if they get access to information, they can change the whole trajectory of their life. You see what I'm saying? That they can look at these times now, even though the times are lean, but they can still make an opportunity of it. But you have to have that education. You have to be open to it, to be able to see the opportunities when they present themselves. So once again, this is Lorelia. If you want access to the free webinar I told you about, along with a live one that I'm doing this Sunday, depending on when you see this video, go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. Look forward to you being in a class this Sunday. Really depends on when you see this video. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.